Hello. I have to giggle just a little bit because I already know the question. Can you hear me, Greg?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay.
I was
I
worried.
just I
I was
just
worried.
got home. I fired
Okay,
the computer up not 2 minutes ago,
okay,
and
no
that's why
biggie
it
then.
wasn't any.
But you know what? We'll talk about it later on. We'll
they had
forget
a
about it.
they brought a Clydesdale to my business to the bowling alley.
A horse?
Yeah, one of the
Why?
Budweiser Clydesdales.
Why?
Promotion, I guess. I don't know.
How big were his feet?
About the
Bigger.
size of a small spaceship. At least the size of a bowling ball. I
Yeah,
mean, big.
yeah, they're big hooved. That's for sure.
Yeah, I was running late.
That's okay.
I went to day shift and
I
on
rather
Thursday.
I rather have you tell me ahead of time. That's all. I
Well,
could have.
I was running. Like I was like real busy at work, and then I was talking to the guy that works for me in the back when he got there about things that we needed to get done back there. And next thing I know, I'm looking at the clock and I'm like, oh no, I gotta go. And it was like maybe 5:30 or something, but I had to stop by the gas station on the way back. And then I got into the door and started hammering out, getting on here.
Mort's here. Anne Marie is here.
Oh yeah,
That's all I see right now. I see a bunch of Bigfoot and Bunny.
that's all me. We
That's
love
all
you all.
you? You did all that already? How did
Yeah,
you
I
do
just
all that?
typed in. All I gotta do is type in one line, and it goes to all of them.
Oh, that's no good. That's not any fair. I've got to type in every one.
Oh,
What a lousy deal that is, man. Ooh,
well, if you type from the comments on your StreamYard, it goes to everywhere that you stream to, and so
yeah. Well, I don't stream that much. I'm gonna have to start.
yep.
Hey, Charles.
Woo.
Now that we can relax for a minute,
What
I'm
a
not
day!
sitting on top of a rocket ship. But I didn't get down here until 10 minutes still.
Yeah, I'm kind of proud of one thing.
What's that?
Well, our first episode was the first week of January, and no matter how many times I might have been right on the border of late or just like within 5 minutes of showing up or whatever,
That's the best show.
we have yet, I have not yet missed a week. Not
Oh, we
one
won't.
single Thursday.
We won't.
Because when I haven't been here, I've been doing a live somewhere. So man, what a day!
So what are we
Just
going to
trying to
talk
get on
about
the
tonight?
mount here, huh?
What are we going to talk about tonight?
I don't know. I gotta wake
You
up
got,
a little bit.
you got anything on the plate right now?
Well, not offhand. I didn't have time to think about anything. Yeah, that podcast last night was something else.
Yeah, it was. For those people that missed that, it was very, very interesting.
By the time we woke up this morning, that podcast had over 700 views. Yeah, it was like really.
How much longer did Brian hang around?
Well, to the end.
What time did you leave?
Well, I started talking to Anthony at about, I want to say 8:30 or 9, and then he threw us up live out of nowhere at about 10, maybe 9:30 or 10, and then the podcast went to about 2 in the morning,
Oh,
our time, something like that, 1 or 2 in the morning.
but that was still midnight his time, right?
No. He's central.
Who was Anthony?
Yeah, he lives straight south from us. He's in Odessa. So he's
Oh.
on this side of Texas.
Barbara Woodbury Spear is here. Hello, me lady. I wanted to call you today, and I just didn't have enough time available. Sure, that's what they all say, she says.
Huh. Oh, man.
So,
I'm trying
We
to
have
calm myself down.
we have to
I
start.
rushed the last 10 minutes getting this going.
Okay, what are the questions, Barbara?
What are the questions?
And they better not be about pickles.
Huh.
Just saying. Wow. Hello. No. Hello.
Am I coming in pretty clear?
Yeah. I mean, you're never really bright.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh, okay. I thought you were going to ask him here.
Oh, I was getting all excited about getting a question from Barbara, and then she goes and says that.
Yeah, she does that.
I see how it is.
Puts the candy out on the string and then takes it back. Wild Bill. Yes, sir. She says she's behaving tonight. Liz Malay.
Hey, Liz.
Good to see you. We saw you last night.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
Feel free, Liz, to share out our podcast if you'd like to. I noticed you shared last night's podcast quite a bit, and it helped us out a great deal. Thank you so much for doing that.
Because Liz is overseas.
Yeah, and she shared the heck out of last night's podcast. It was crazy, all the shares on that.
Charles Rudd, what do you think about what Sasquatch is?
They're the Bigfoot people.
Interdimensional being.
They're an interdimensional being. There's actually a planet out there with them.
A whole planet?
Yeah. Well, they're just like us.
How do they go to the grocery store and everything?
But there's some that are here on Earth.
You got to be kidding. You're telling me there's a whole planet of them?
Oh, yeah.
I wonder what the airport looks like.
They don't have to worry about security.
They probably don't have to wait for the airplanes either.
They're interdimensional. once
They're
in a
gone.
while, their dimension will cross paths and they'll come into focus. That's the reason why some people can see them or take pictures or get video of them sometimes. But then
Well,
when they go to look for them, they're not there.
Harry and the Hendersons. Harry was there all the time. Every time I go to Seattle to see the kids, I always talk about Harry. I'm waiting for Harry to come in the backyard and play in the sandbox. Sasquatch is my uncle, Wild Bill says. You better tell Charles Rudd that, Wild Bill.
But that's also a reason why you don't ever find like the body of one. It's because they're a different dimension.
Have they ever found any scat?
Sometimes you find footprints, but then they just end.
I wouldn't worry about what the people think. Those are the ones that are going to flip out when he appears. Yeah, you do an amazing job, Liz.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you don't have to just say it, Charles. You know it to be a fact because it's true.
Wild Bill says
people don't have to believe you. The skepticals, the skeptics, all they're worried about is the Matrix, what job they're going to on a daily basis and coming home from, and that's it. That's their whole life. So they don't believe in anything hardly. And it's our job to metaphorically smack them in the face with it, wake them up, without violence. That's why I said metaphorically.
With the proverbial
give them a wow moment.
Give them with a wet noodle. You hit them in the face with a wet noodle.
But yeah,
that would suffice.
You show them something that'll jump out at them, they can't deny it. And that's what my whole goal in life is to kind of wake up the world a little bit.
You see where Wild Bill says he is from Middle Earth. What's your determination of Middle Earth? Wild Bill.
That's where some of the Lemurians hang out. And in the caverns of the Mount Shasta. Hey,
oh my God. We have Sharon. Sharon is in our presence. Hello, Sharon Moritz. How are you? Good to see you.
You see Bill's comment?
Lovely Sharon from Shadowhunters. Wonderful woman. She should be on here more often.
I don't ever strike anyone, Bill. I strike when I bowl. That's about it.
Or if he's real big, you hit him and then you run like hell. Hope he can't catch you. Anthony.
Mr. Anthony.
Buenos dias, Uncle Anthony. Good to see you. I heard you guys ran late last night.
Yeah,
glad I got to bed when I got to bed. Phew. I don't think I could have handled going any longer. My eyes were crossing. Did you stay on the whole time too, Anthony?
Oh, yeah, he wasn't only on the whole time.
4.5 hours.
We talked for another hour afterwards.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
Oh,
it was
that's
awesome.
crazy. He is awesome guy.
All right.
Yeah. Yes, it was my podcast. Yeah, it was a great one. Thank you for letting me join you, by the way. You and Reggie, and then good old Brian stopped in.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool.
EVPs.
Yeah, just everything was really cool. And it's the first time I ever had a chance to really like talk to Brian and hear his stuff and presented by him. Just it was awesome.
He's
Very,
a cool
very
guy.
cool. Pardon my silence a minute. I'm kind of looking for something here.
We could. I was going to say if we got together earlier in the afternoon, we could have possibly gone ahead and done something else for a night. I have a few things we could put up and talk about, but I can't get to them now.
What subject?
Paranormal,
Well, I know paranormal.
captures, videos,
Oh,
2 videos. One, I think you've seen the one with the doll on the chair in front of the Eddy meter moving.
oh, okay.
That's been around.
Why can't you
That
get to
one.
him?
Pardon me?
Why can't you get to him?
I don't know how to get to him on this one.
Oh,
I don't think Anthony's got him. I know Chris. I think Chris has got him. Maybe Chris. Hey, Bob. So I'm still trying to get out Wild Bill to ask or tell me what is Middle Earth.
oh,
That is a big question because there's a lot of people that have a lot of opinions on that, and I'm trying to see where you're at with it. That's all. And if you don't want to, that's fine too. It's been one of those nights where we haven't eaten anything. We have this one. Tolkien wrote about it. LOL, Bob says. Burnell. I never read a word of that man.
yeah. Like I said, pardon me, Greg. I'm up to no good.
Okay, keep on going.
Hmm.
So Sharon, are you going to stay all the whole for the whole show tonight? Maybe we can go ahead and get you to come on as a guest. How would you like that, Sharon? Sharon? Sharon. Send her the link.
You got me freaking laughing my ass off, Greg.
Send a link to her and let's see if she takes it.
That's what I'm up to no good about. And you're like blowing my cover. She's the one I sent the link to.
Okay. How did I know that,
I
Reggie?
messaged her and said, "Do you want to surprise Greg and just come on?" And then
Reggie, how do you think I knew? How do you think I knew that? Good grief, Gertie.
That was so funny. Oh
Miss
my
Dave?
god. You are a psychic. I'm going to randomly send a link to somebody, and I want you to tell me who I'm sending it to.
I already did.
I'm going to pick another person at random.
How did I know that?
To send a link.
I don't need to do it again.
Let's see how good you are.
Well, you're gonna do Anthony.
I didn't send nothing to Anthony. I figured Anthony would be the obvious one, so I was going to send one random. Like super random.
Super random.
Yeah.
Super random Calawicious expialidocious. Is Sharon coming on?
I don't know yet.
Sharon. She's going to tell me I have to cut my beard off. Since I was given the first one, how many questions do I have? Can I ask?
How many questions?
Oh, you already sent it.
What's that?
You already sent the second one.
Sent what?
The second invite.
Who would it be?
Second link you sent.
How do you know?
Reggie. How long have we been working together, Reggie?
How do you know?
How long have we been working together?
I have a surprise guest.
Bring him on. This is what makes the show fun when we have surprise guests on it. And make sure my hair looks good and everything. Because it's going to be two ladies, obviously. One of them's Anne Marie Young, too. Look at him now. He's got a smile on his face.
I'm not going to send invites to the obvious ones yet. I thought I was sending one.
I hope you sent.
And then you go and ask it. See, I'm telling you, this is psychic medium stuff.
You sent one to Sharon. Oh, Reggie, I just want to be surprised, okay? How about that? Can I be surprised now? Do I have to go ahead and get a headache thinking about this? This is our show. This is supposed to be a lot of fun. Nope, she says.
I'm having fun.
You see what Anne Marie Young says?
I'm having fun.
She says nope.
I might fill the whole room up.
Bob says the people who he wrote about were just code name for the Germans. Ich bin einen Straßen, ja wollte mir her was los bitte.
All right, I got a surprise guest.
All right, there we go.
You'll never guess who it is, Greg. Any guesses?
Chris Carr.
Nope.
Oh, it's a surprise guest.
Ta-da!
Hi, Sharon.
Hey, what's up?
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Reggie, how are you doing?
I'm still trying to get off of this feeling I had at work.
So this is wonderful to have you on. You want to tell
Oh,
everybody who you are and what you do, and you know what I before you do that, I want to mention something to you because the other night I got so excited that I went ahead and actually pulled some cards
oh, you did.
out of uh my spirit guide deck.
Mm-hmm.
And where was I? I think I was on the Psychics Unite group, and we were sort of putting each other on the hot seat and going around the room and trying to, you know. And I decided that I would go ahead and pull a couple cards,
And what
and
happened?
they were pretty good.
Yeah.
And the people, and I'm not going to mention any names, but the people were quite happy with them.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I, for the life of me, it wasn't 2 hours before the show. I went up here and I literally grabbed the bag and brought it down here and put it on the table.
What bag
And
are you talking about?
I didn't put them back yet.
Oh, okay.
I have them out on the table back there.
Yeah.
And I pulled a couple cards when we started.
Tonight?
No,
When you started what?
Monday night.
Yeah.
And it was with one of the girls,
Barb?
and it was really cool.
Yeah.
You're asking deep questions that if it's not within 12 hours, I don't remember.
What? You oh, you make me crazy, Greg. You need to go to bed. Take a few gummies and go to bed.
Take a few gummies and go to bed.
Yeah.
No, I'm up now. I'm up for quite a while.
Yeah.
We have our show here, and then I'll be. I don't know if Reggie's going on the other one or not.
Reggie,
He'd probably-
what other places, what other platforms is this show on right now? Is it just Facebook or somewhere else?
It's on Facebook, YouTube,
Parapost,
mainly Facebook and YouTube.
Parapost, Paraghost.
But there are a lot of Facebooks. There's
Paro.
like 6 Facebooks and 2 YouTubes.
Oh, okay.
But we wanted to go ahead and find out how your vacation was, that we know you've been back from, and I don't see any additional freckles. Of course, I didn't see any additional freckles on
No,
the
you're
weekend.
not going to. You're not going to see any additional freckles. I don't sit in the sun. I had enough of that.
But
It's
you
too
were
hot
right
anyway.
there.
Florida, that sun is hot. Very hot.
You're closer to the equator.
Mhm.
Oh man, I got another surprise guest, Greg.
Oh no.
Somebody's in
Oh,
the background.
we haven't finished with Sharon yet.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we got another surprise guest. We're just
How many
gonna fill
questions?
the room up. Everybody knows the great Miss Barbara.
Oh yeah, Barbara.
Yeah, you see?
I knew that all along. Barbara's going to be here.
Yeah.
He
What can
wanted
I
me
say?
to
Hi,
go ahead and
everybody.
tell your name.
Hi, Barb. How are you?
So we've got Sharon Moritz and we have Barbara Woodbury Spear.
Hi, Sharon.
Hi, Barbara.
So
It's been a long time, Sharon. I haven't
Reggie?
seen you in ages.
It's good to see you.
Do you have
Where
any
do-
more questions for Sharon, Reggie? We have to go ahead and go back and forth with both these
And
lovely
you
ladies.
know, to be honest, I've been so
share the wealth.
focused. I've been so
Hi.
focused on sending links that I haven't paid much attention to anything so far.
Well,
I'm
we were
just being
talking.
honest.
We were talking about Florida freckles, right, Sharon?
Yeah, and he sent me to this restaurant that's, oh, it's such a wonderful restaurant.
It's
And
fantastic.
he knows I hate fish. What is it? A fish restaurant. The place smelled like fish. Ugh.
Oh God!
So nasty.
I thought you would turn a little bit, just a
No,
little turn, and
no,
enjoy
no,
something
no,
else.
no,
It would bring a new light to you.
no.
You
I'm
would have a
fish.
better
No,
smile on your face than you have now,
no,
which
no,
is
no, 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 no.
really
Not,
hard to do. But
not when it comes to fish. Sorry.
between both of you ladies, you both have lovely smiles.
Mm. Barb, do you like
Yeah,
fish?
Barbara.
Barb,
Can you hear us, Barbara?
Did what? What?
I said, do you
You,
like
I
fish?
don't like fish.
Good, good.
No, I hate fish.
I hate it too.
But I love Florida.
Yeah, I do
I love
too.
Florida, but I don't like fish.
Right.
that's one of the prerequisites about loving Florida.
No, it isn't. It has nothing to. Fish has nothing to do with Florida.
What? How about land crabs?
You're a land crab.
Man.
Oh, it's getting heated in here. I didn't think it was going to get this hot. I'm going to have to take off my sweatshirt pretty soon.
Yeah, you got the wrong sweatshirt on.
Do I really?
Yeah. Where's your shadow hunter one?
It's out in the garage.
What's it doing in the garage? You're supposed to be wearing it.
It's where I left it. It's for special occasions.
So, Reggie, how was your trip to Texas?
Good question, Sharon.
Well, from the moment I got in the rental car, I knew I was moving there.
Oh, you want to go there, huh?
Yeah, I've been wanting to, and then when I saw the place, man, and I've even gotten signs about it. And you remember when the Thunderbird came to me?
You know,
Well, I didn't know it, but when I went into El Paso, I saw a bird on the side of a mountain. And it's known for having that bird on the side of the mountain. And then I found out that one of the school mascots is the Thunderbird.
Hmm.
And then I had that experience like 2 months earlier or a month earlier here.
Yeah.
It's kind of giving me a sign.
Well, time to go.
Man,
Start packing.
I'm gonna end up living in a place where when I go outside of the house, I'm gonna have a mountain view.
Yeah.
Now that's awesome.
I was just watching something on TV about in Texas, there's a lot of UFOs.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Texas, New Mexico, the whole area down there,
Oh yeah.
filled with them. Somebody's phone went off. Is Barbara with us?
I don't think so.
Can you hear us?
Yes. Can
What are you
see
doing,
me?
Barb?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, we can see you.
Can you see me now?
Yes.
Yeah, we
can
always
see-
have been able to see
I'm
you.
stuck in this on a page that's not. I'm not.
Hmm.
What is it?
What's wrong with the page?
Well, it's not like. It's really strange.
Yeah.
Well, we can hear you now. which
Yeah, we
is
can
better.
see you.
Okay, well, in all the audio is repeating itself.
Oh,
Oh,
like an echo?
Everything repeats itself.
Hmm.
I think then you're gonna have to go out and come back in.
Yes,
I think.
that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to go out and come back
Yeah,
in.
make sure
Yeah,
all
no, she's-
all the apps and everything on your phone are shut off. Okay. It didn't dawn on me until yesterday, Sharon, because of my trip to El Paso and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Totally forgot about the bottle.
Oh, okay.
So we gotta get that going here in the next couple of days. I'll get money sent to you. Or you said you were gonna send it and then tell me the total, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But you just have to let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm good anytime.
Oh, okay.
Now I
Like,
work during the days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So if we
yeah.
could somehow time it to get to me on a Monday or a Tuesday, that would be great. But this next week is Memorial Day, so they won't have mail anyway.
What do you mean?
Did you give me
What?
your address already? Yeah, you'll have to text me and give me your address, and then I don't know how long it'll take to get to you. Where in Wisconsin are you?
Madison.
Madison.
It should only take a day or two.
Yeah,
But this next weekend is Memorial Day.
right.
So, like, if you were to mail it maybe next Thursday or so,
Uh-huh.
it'll probably land here on Monday, and I'll be home.
Yeah. You live in an apartment building or something?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I don't really trust the neighbors so much.
Yeah.
It's not that they're untrustworthy. I just don't know them.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of them I don't know, and once in a while you'll catch something happening that shouldn't be.
You think it
Right.
would be better if you give the address to the bowling alley? Or just wait until you come down for the cemetery that Sharon and I are going to take you guys to, the two of them, and we could go ahead and do it then. You could get your bottle. And then you don't have to risk any of that.
That's the first I'm hearing about.
The Lake Villa ones. And we're going to go back to the east one,
What do you mean the east one?
the one that you and I had been to before a couple times, Fox Lake,
Oh, okay.
which is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one's Angola,
Where's Angola?
right on 83.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's going to be interesting, especially with Reggie.
Yeah.
He'll dissect it, cut it into like 13 parts, and come up with about 150 EVPs. Right, Reg?
And where are we going?
Lake Villa. Well, around Lake Villa.
Oh, yeah.
You and Chrissy come on down, and
Yeah, we have to time it just right because I don't know. I'm off on Sunday and Monday.
Linda Kruger's here too, and Carol Garcia. Great to have you guys. So, are you going to do any more card readings, Sharon? Are you going to go ahead and do any more cards? Are you going to do that or not?
You mean on live?
Yeah.
Well, I was supposed to be doing it once a week, but then I never heard another thing. He started it up, and well, I don't hear any more about it. So I
Maybe
don't
we
know.
can maybe we can work something out.
Yeah.
We'll work on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remind me,
Yeah.
please.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty please with sugar on top.
Mm-hmm.
I can't have a lot of sugar. It's got to be a little sugar
Yeah. Okay.
because I'm already so sweet.
Oh, jeez.
Sharon,
Oh,
should we talk? Should we talk about?
artificial
Huh?
sugar?
No, I want real sugar. I don't do that.
He's all
But-
sweetened up on what's that called? NutraSweet.
No, not me. I'm the real deal.
who wanted a card? Anne Marie Young wanted a card. Pull her a card, Greg.
Anne Marie Young wants a card. I'm not ready to do that right now.
Why not? You brought it up.
I brought it up that I was working on it.
Greg's very new to it. He's not really sure.
I'm really very new to it. Very, very, very new to it.
You know how we do like dual spirit box?
This is the. I can't quit shaking, but
Can't see it.
that's the spirit. That's the spirit deck.
Okay.
You know how we do
If
like
you can
dual
see-
spirit box sessions?
There you go. It's the spirit animal oracle cards.
Mm-hmm.
You know how we do dual spirit box sessions? You guys ought to do like a dual reading. He draws the card, Sharon does the reading based on the card that he draws. I wonder how that would work, or if it would. Bless you.
Thank you.
We got another guest coming in.
Uh-oh.
Any guesses?
Um,
I don't think Sharon will guess it, but Greg might.
male or female?
Male.
Male.
Anthony.
I heard an EVP of Anthony.
What's going on?
How did I know that?
'Cause
That's 2 out of 2.
Because I'm everywhere.
I know. Anthony, this is Sharon Moritz.
Hi,
This
Anthony.
is the Wraith Prince
Himself.
is in our presence right now.
Hey, you're supposed to be psychic. You're supposed to guess who's coming on.
I'm testing Greg left and right.
Usually I scare all the psychics.
He was impressive, the first one, because I was telling Sharon to come in and surprise him, and Greg didn't know that. And then, like, a minute after I sent that link to Sharon, Greg goes, "Hey, is Sharon still here? Why don't you send her a link?" And I'm like, "How in the heck did you do that?" So I started testing him, sending all these links out.
You know, all these people that are non-believers, you see how they behave.
Oh. Hey, Linda. Hey, Carol. Liz.
We got a good crowd tonight, Anthony.
Anna Marie. What's going on?
Why don't you, Sharon? That's what we'll do. Why
What?
don't you get your cards and why don't you pull a card?
For who?
I don't care. Pick it for Anthony or Reggie.
Yeah. Man, my cat ball started working. That's pretty cool.
You see, that's because I just said that.
It's been
Pull
dead.
a card. Pull a card for both of them. Okay.
Oh, they're over there. Go get them for me.
You know I can't walk that far, and I just dropped one of my.
Greg,
This just dropped off my shelf.
all you have to do is move her cards to her using telekinesis. It's not
Yeah,
that
let's-
hard.
Yeah. Let's see how you do that, Greg.
I'm not into telekinesis. I can't even pronounce it.
Yeah.
Ah, that sucker's working good. Look at that. It's been dead for I don't know how long.
You know what? You know what happens with those, Anthony? If you play with it with that little pop thing on top that you push down, I had one that didn't work for like 6 months, and I took it and I just started pushing it down lightly, and then I pushed it down all the way. And when I pushed it down all the way, it worked again.
Right.
But you know all that stuff anyway.
I don't know anything. So who's gonna read me? Usually, usually,
Sharon will in a
usually that's
minute.
very hard.
You guys are
Well,
freezing up.
who is?
Yours froze up, Sharon.
Huh?
You're still
Your
alive.
screen froze up for a second on our end.
Oh, it
on
did?
my end, anyway.
On your end?
Yeah.
That's because Sharon's got an alien boyfriend now.
Oh,
She didn't want to admit it.
dating a starseed.
Right.
All right, who's first? Reggie?
Oh.
Do Anthony. He's the
Anthony?
guest. Oh boy, this
Yeah,
here it comes,
It's gonna be
Anthony.
hard. Do Anthony first.
Me?
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
He's the guest.
Me?
We're the guys that
Can you see
there,
that? That's Vanessa.
Vanessa.
Huh?
Don't forget that name.
All right, be quiet, Greg.
Okay.
You make yourself which way?
Oh, now she's cutting out.
It always happens.
So there's something that you're thinking of.
You're cutting in and out, Sharon.
It's about right. It's how my life is. It cuts in and out.
Join the club. What
Now
makes
you're
you think
frozen.
you're the first one on the block?
What?
No, nothing. We're waiting for you. Keep on cutting in and out.
Yeah, we didn't get anything.
Yeah, you guys were frozen and then you were gone. And okay. Okay, you want to know should you go this way or should you go that way? You're not sure what this decision is going.
Uh,
Oh. Yeah, you're freezing up
And you
pretty
have
bad, Sharon.
Yep.
And out.
Yeah, you're freezing up really, really bad.
She just started that. She wasn't doing it a while ago.
Bad
You know,
connection.
and that's the electric stuff again, Anthony.
Yeah, I can't help it. I got all this here.
Keep shutting everybody down.
I got all this here.
You can turn all those lights off back there behind you. Those green lights that are flashing off and on.
I mean,
Oh, those are cat balls.
No,
Yeah,
I
we're
thought it
not.
was
I don't know
Attracting
if you can
aliens.
hear me, Sharon, but we're not able to hear anything. It's like breaking up really bad.
why don't you go off and come back on?
okay, hold on. Hold on, I'm going to go somewhere else.
Well, now you're perfect. Now you're moving.
Nope.
Oh, just man.
The cord broke.
Very exciting. See,
The
people like
lights
my.
are.
Yeah, they like my
Yeah.
lights.
Linda says the lights are pretty, Anthony.
Yes. It gets everybody in the
You
mood.
got like a floating head on your wall.
Which
Yeah.
one?
Over there.
To your left.
My
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
It's gonna bite your finger
Looks
off.
like it's a floating head.
That's Cyrus. He's
We all
actually
know
he's
we're-
actually he's actually the original wraith hunter.
Ah.
You know where Cyrus is from?
That one, he's from the valley.
Man, we're gonna get a full room now.
Cisco Murdoch's.
I got Miss
on.
Miss Sharon, and now I've also got Miss Angela.
Oh,
Angela.
Angela.
I'm gonna cover my eyes.
Good evening, Angela. How are you?
Sharon was just getting ready to do a reading for Anthony.
Oh, okay.
And we got Lisa Alcott here. Hi, Lisa. Cisco Murdoch once again. Great show, East Coast. Wonderful lady. Great interviewer. Does an awesome job. Has some great music.
Oh yeah.
That's for sure.
I sent her a link too, but she just got home and she's eating and settling in right now.
Oh,
Okay, I'm trying to
that
put
would.
some paint away because I was in the middle of painting here.
Dark Horse Paranormal's here.
Oh,
Lost another one.
What happened,
Miss
Angela?
Angela got knocked right out.
Carol said, "What did Carol say? Spirit doesn't want you to have your cards read." I told you.
No, we'll make it.
Try
It'll
again.
happen.
Okay, I'm back in. I don't know why I keep getting kicked off, but I'm back.
It's me and Anthony. We're the ones doing this.
It's not me. It's got nothing to do with me.
All the electrons, whatever you want to call it, electromagnetic energy.
Okay, so Anthony, there's a decision you're trying to make. Go with whatever it is that's going to make good things for you. Don't worry about other people. It's you that you're the most important in your decision. What's going to make you happy? So, is there something that you've been wanting to do, and you're like up and down, back and forth with?
Yeah, I want to take over the world.
Okay, well, go for it if it's going to help you. Okay, it's going to get you in a better place. Okay.
Mm. Then I must release the Kraken, then, Bridgie.
Here, let me switch to.
They almost made it.
It said release the Kraken.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? As I use Old Spice body spray, I use Kraken Guard.
Phil McCracken.
Oh God.
Synchronicity, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Hey, Jenny.
Jenny Sullivan Sannyasi from the great country of Ireland. Great lady, great investigator.
Yeah, she does some cool stuff.
Yeah, great podcaster. Does great castle work. Awesome.
We had castles over here.
Okay, I'm switched to my laptop, so I'm going to leave my phone here and go to my laptop. Okay.
Okay.
Woo! That was smooth.
That was awesome.
Wow.
Oh my God! No time to put makeup on or do anything. Just send me a link and it's for right now. I'm like,
Yeah, right. Uh-huh. Don't let you
You're
get
fine.
prepared.
You're fine, Angela.
I have no makeup on.
You look wonderful.
I will broadcast in the dark, so you can't see that makeup. I don't have makeup or anything on.
That's okay. I don't have any makeup on either.
I get hats. I can put a hat on. shade my eyes.
Oh, I got the wrong one. What did it?
Oh, there you go.
I have more than one hat. It don't matter.
Put the other one back on and go ahead and pick up a cane pole. It looks like you're going to go fishing. Just like that. There you go. You scare the hell out of the fish. The fish will be jumping in your bucket. I like that head.
We got the boat out today. We were messing with it. Did full service on the motor, so hopefully, to put the new filter in there, put new plugs in it. Yamaha motor.
Yami.
A Yami, that's right.
A Yami. Good motors.
It is. I mean, we've had it for 30 some odd years, probably since 1990. 96 or 97.
Wow.
It runs like a top.
Whew.
You just have to remember that when you first started up and you push in the choke, you start it up just to make sure to let it keep going for a little bit and try to put the throttle on, open up a little bit, and that's it.
So she's
no
cold
stall.
starting, huh?
Oh yeah.
She's cold-hearted.
Absolutely.
Sharon, do you want to do another reading for Reggie?
You can do one for me and Reggie.
Is Sharon with us?
I can't really stay on. I gotta go. No, I can't really stay on.
Oh,
I gotta go.
shucks.
Yeah, shucky darns.
Shucky darns.
Yeah. So.
Well, thank you very much. That's awesome. You coming on and saying hi and doing a reading and letting all the lovely listeners see you. And
Alrighty
everybody
then.
that's watching.
I will see y'all later.
Okay. Love you, Sharon.
Bye.
And then there were 4.
No, 4.
And Liz and Jenny, check your Facebook messages.
Why does this not?
If you guys feel like you want to come in, I sent you a link as well.
And I still got all the dolls and all that stuff here too. And I got another message from Jeffrey. I turned on the S box.
Yeah.
And now that we've been talking on the S box, they're saying my name like crazy on the S box. I switched to the FM band, and when they send one message, you hear multiple voices say the same thing, like speaking as one. And then I had Jeffrey come through. He said, "Jeffrey, I love you." And a lot of "I love you" came through a lot for me.
I'm going to have to run upstairs real fast. I'll be right back.
Sorry.
I want to see you run. You gotta run. I'm just kidding. I don't know if you heard me.
Yeah, you better run, or he's just gonna buy locate.
What do you mean? I'm trying to figure out why this came up like that.
And we're gonna do angels, right? You're showing angels.
Oh.
I know
We never did decide what we were doing Tuesday, did we? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, yeah, or we could just do it on this show. It is up to you, because we on the show last night, the night before, I don't know what it was. I have no idea. I was up late. I have no idea. We talked about there was a group of people that mentioned angels, that they would like to have a show on angels. So since we were talking about it,
Yeah.
9:30. Oh, I don't know how to do that math.
Math.
Yeah, 9:30 GMT. I don't know what that is.
General Mountain Time, isn't that?
Yeah, I need Texas time.
That's Central. That'll be CT, right?
Right now, I think that time is El Paso. I think. Oh. Hello.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi.
Miss Liz?
My internet went down and just came back up like 10 minutes ago.
How you doing, Liz?
Okay. How are you, Anthony?
Yeah, we were just talking about castles. I said, I wish we had castles out here.
Oh, the castle, aye.
The only
These
castles we
castles
got out
in
here, we
Ohio.
build them Galicia.
We
Hey,
have
Liz,
several castles. in Ohio.
what's the proper way to pronounce your last name?
Who's
What,
who's name?
Liz? I'm wondering how do you pronounce your last name?
Milne.
Is it Milne or Milne?
Millen.
Like a watermelon?
Oh, okay. I always, whenever I look at your name, I try and think of what the pronunciation of it is.
No, it's Millen.
Melon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
It's so nice to meet you.
It's very nice
melon.
to meet you too. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome.
Give me forewarning next time, Reggie, so I'm gonna put my face on.
Ah, you knew you were coming into
Put
a
my
life.
makeup on. Come on, I don't have any contouring or anything. It's just a big
You knew you
block
were
right
coming
now.
into a life.
No, we done the castle. I think you were on, Anthony, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
We done the but we couldn't get into the castle. Now that castle was never like that. It didn't have a gate or anything, a big fence in it at one time. You could just go up the hill and just go straight to it. But I don't know what's happened. But that was many years ago. I've been in that castle quite a few times. The Cruxy Castle. But it's quite a good castle. But I'm going to be doing another castle, the Black Ness Castle in Linlithgow in Scotland. So I'm doing
Oh,
another one. So look out for that one.
Well, that's cool.
And hopefully, if we can find them, it's but I'm going to be doing the 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 miners tunnel. That's the next one and all. So there's quite a few to come anyway. So
Yeah, I seen that fence. That fence looked just like the fence on this last investigation that I did in San Antonio. It doesn't look like it's hard to climb, but it is. You need some kind of rope ladder to get over it. Yeah, the
I
ones with
know I was
ones
a wee.
with the points on top of it. Because I mean, I'm usually known for jumping fences, and that one stopped me. I mean, I couldn't. If I were to try to get over, I'm gonna get stuck on those points.
But I think we done no
don't forget
bad.
you to keep
Even
Another
I
guest.
I think we done no bad because even although we couldn't get right up to the castle, we still go it there just about, and there was a lot there. I think there was a lot there
Mm.
because
Hello,
Donna took all the
honey.
photos. Hiya.
Miss
Hi.
Jenny.
Hi. Hi. Hello. Hi. Good morning, good evening, good
Very nice
afternoon.
to meet you.
You too. Thank you so much for having me on tonight.
Oh yeah.
And you're
Yeah,
all
I
over the
just
place now.
yeah, I just
Hey
I know.
Jen. Hey Jen.
Hey, Anthony. How are you?
Hi, how you doing?
Me and Angela
Hi.
are sporting the low look.
The Lord.
Yes, because
See?
Reggie gave me no warning. I had no time to put makeup on, so I'm just like, you know what? I didn't
It's
time to put
super.
eyelashes on, foundation, nothing.
It's
He,
fat. I
he's like,
love
really,
it.
okay,
I
this
love
is
it.
right now. Come on. I'm like, wait a minute.
I
I like to
know.
put
It's
my
like
makeup
me
on.
too. And I'm like, give me 2 minutes because it's like 1:10 a.m. here.
Don't you guys like my new makeup job? I just did it.
We love it. Greg, we love it.
Hi, Liz. Jenny, how are you
Hi,
doing?
Sean.
How you
I'm
guys?
I'm good. I'm good. Been
What?
busy. Always busy.
It's a pleasure meeting you, Liz, because I've never met you before.
I don't. I'm not on the podcast very much right now. I just like doing my lives.
Liz, you're from Scotland.
Aye, for Scotland, aye.
What part of Scotland are you from?
Um, the well, I'm in West Lothian just now.
I know a little bit of Scotland, a little bit. I know
Mm-hmm.
Lee and Motherwell.
But I've been in Ireland before as well.
What part of Ireland have you been into?
Different bits. I used to work in security, and we went to work there in um the festivals,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
I spoke to a lady from Ireland. They're very friendly over there in Ireland. Very friendly people. Oh my God! I mean, I don't know how many people come up to me and ask me for my photo and was giving me cuddles and all that.
yeah, we're a little bit of a crazy bunch over here. A little bit crazy. We are definitely crazy people over here in Ireland. We are. We're fun, but we're crazy.
Oh, I bet that, but
They give
the
out
people
free
are so
drinks.
nice, so nice.
I love the Scottish people. My daughter's like half Scottish as well. So yeah,
Hmm.
I love the Scottish people. We love Scottish people. We have Scottish in us with my daughter, and so we always celebrate with Scottish people and Irish people, of course. So all the Americans are probably thinking, like, what are the Scottish and Irish people are talking about? How do we understand each other? We just do. And like, I'm sitting here like 1 at 11 in the morning in half my pajamas.
Oh, I don't know if I could go up to 1 in the morning anymore.
I apologize for my silence. I'm kind of speechless having this amazing group of people in my
It's
podcast all at the same time. And two of you, Jen and Liz, I've never met before on a podcast, so this is pretty amazing.
And this is your second time
Yay! It's
meeting
your
new people.
time. That's so awesome. That's so cool. And then you've got like different countries
Oh
on your
yeah.
second podcast. That's like really amazing.
Oh
Like,
no, there's only one country, Texas. So
Oh
oh
gee.
yeah, there's only 100 Texas.
Thought it's supposed to be like that.
that's the Longhorn.
That's the Longhorn.
It's the race country.
Okay.
Man.
I would like to do an investigation in Ireland because there's quite a lot in Ireland that I would love to do. That is on my bucket list, actually. And I
What?
could get to Ireland, no problem. That's no bother, But I know I can get to Ireland. Just go over with the ferry and all that. But I've been to Dublin.
Yeah.
Oh, there was quite a few places I was in Ireland.
Really? Dublin is beside me. So it's not too far away. Is there one particular place that you would love to investigate in Ireland?
Eh? Sorry.
Is there one particular place you would love to investigate in Ireland?
Yeah. I think it was a castle. The castle there in Ireland. I would love to
Lep Castle?
investigate.
Is it Lep Castle?
That's it. That's the one. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know Lep Castle so well. You would love Lep Castle. It is everything it's written up to be. It is
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Like and I know people say, "Oh, it's my second home. It's my second home." It's not my second home, but it's a place that I've been to about too many times that I can even think about. It is an amazing place. There is one particular place in Ireland that it is my second home, which would be in my hometown, a museum that I do. But Lep
Mm-hmm.
is you would love, Liz. You would love Lep Castle.
We just done a castle, in Scotland. But I've been in that castle that I done, but we couldn't get into the castle, of course, because there's a big fence in it now. But at the time when we used to go into that castle, I'm talking about when I was young,
Yeah.
there wasn't any fence in it, and you could just walk up the hill and just get straight to the castle. But no, I mean, and the castle, it lights up. It lights up and everything, you know.
Aye.
I've never seen that before. But I think we done no bad, even although you could still see the castle and you could still see the windows and everything. And there was loads of them around. We actually seen quite a few things. So even on the ground, you know.
Aye.
So I'd done that one. That's called Crookston Castle in Pollock, you know. Um, that was a medieval castle. That is a real castle, right? You know.
Aye.
And then there's another castle that I'm hoping to do. Well, I'm going to be doing it in the near future. Is the Black Nest Castle, and that's in Linlithgow. That's in Scotland. So, yep, the castles is all for me then now.
You have a lot of castles in Scotland. You have a lot of castles. We have in England, Ireland, Scotland, we have a lot of castles. We have a lot of castles. And people say, and I know people in America like Reginald and Anthony and Angela and Greg that would say, oh, you're doing a castle? It's like, what are you doing this weekend? Oh, I'm just investigating the castle. It's like we
Yep.
seem to do castles all
It's
the
totally amazing to me, and I don't ever get to go to one.
That's because we don't have any.
We don't have any. We just got.
Oh, we do. We have one in Missouri. What's
We
the one
just
in
do
Missouri?
castles all the time. We seem to do castles all the time. And like you say, what are you doing this weekend? Oh, I'm just going to a castle. It's like, to people, it's like, that's not normal to go to a castle. To us, it's like, we're just going to a castle, another castle, another castle, another castle.
Mm-hmm.
We don't only just do castles, we do museums, we do amazing old buildings, but castles just seem to be. And it gets to a point when you are doing investigations for so many years that castles just seem to be that I want to do something else but a castle. I want to investigate something else that's not a castle
Mm-hmm.
because we seem to do it all the time. And
But there's another place in Ireland that I would like to do. It's like a cave thing or something. I've seen the Ghost Invest,
Hellfire,
the Ghost Adventures done it. Aye, there's that one, but there's another one. It's like a cave thing they went into. I thought that was really good. You know, I would love to investigate that. I think it's up a hill. I think it's up a hill.
It is. That's called the Hellfire Club.
Oh, is that what it's called? Oh,
Yeah,
aye.
Hellfire Club, yeah. And it is, I've been there many times, and it is definitely, definitely dark inside.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna answer that to Brian.
Brian.
It's because here in America,
I noticed that, and I was going to mention we have a bunch of like abandoned prisons and hospitals here.
Yeah, I would love that more.
We
I
also
would
have
more.
castles here in Ohio. We have castles here. We have quite a few castles in Ohio, actually.
And there's castles in Missouri too.
Yeah,
So you got Pythian.
I would love to see more of castles being shown in different countries than it is just in Scotland and Ireland.
Where's a castle in Missouri, Greg?
Pythian.
Yeah, Pythian Castle.
Pythian Castle. That's the one that had all the POWs in it during World War II.
Oh.
So it has all that energy in there.
I think there's too much to talk about castles in Ireland and Scotland. And we need to highlight more castles in different countries. And if they would investigate these castles in these countries, like we know in the Ghost Hunt now in October, coming October, the Global Ghost Hunt, we want more castles coming into our investigations, which is happening in October 2023. Like, it's happening in the 9th to the 19th. We just don't want we love prisons, we love the locations that people bring us, but give us something different, like a castle. That's not in Ireland, that's not in Scotland. Like, Angela, you were saying that you have castles.
Yes.
We would love to see
There's
that.
There's quite a
Ooh,
few.
there's a
Right?
lovely
One in
castle here in
Cleveland.
Ohio that's quite famous. And
I've
famous
not
and haunted.
just done the castle, Jen. I've done the cemeteries, and I've done the psychiatric hospital, but you couldn't get into the hospital right enough. But my son and Tracy that I was with, they get into the wee bit. But my son fell out right enough when he was coming out, you know. But I've done that. I've done the Priory. There's a Priory in Wishaw, and that's quite a good one. I've done the Priory. There's a witch's circle and all that there. I've done quite a lot of different stuff, right enough. No, just that was the first time I've ever done the castle, mind you.
Aye.
When I went, but
But we would love to know more about castles that's not in Scotland and not in Ireland. That in America, we don't hear enough of these castles being
no, that's right.
in your countries, Angela and Greg and Reginald and Anthony. We don't hear enough about these castles. So we would love more of that to be put into what we talk about. Like I say about the Global Ghost Hunt, we are starting up again on the 9th to the 19th of October. We want to bring the locations and the teams around the world. And yes, it will be on the page web and the page that I'm going to be putting up. And I work for Global Ghost Hunt as well. But not only that, we want to know about castles that I've never heard about in America. So we want more of that to be brought to us, if that makes sense. We want more of that. So
Yeah, I must have lived a pretty sheltered life because I, in all honesty, I my whole life I've only been in one castle, and it was I couldn't even tell you where it was. But when I was younger, we went on a school trip, and it was somewhere between Toronto and Niagara Falls in Canada.
Oh, Canada.
It wasn't even in America. It was in Canada, up near where Brian's from. And yeah, I love that castle. But I mean, this was when I was a teenager. I remember it like yesterday, but I don't remember. That's why I asked Greg, "Where's this in Missouri?" Because I don't recall ever seeing a castle here.
It's outside of Joplin. The Pythian Castle is. And, you know, I thought you were going to say that you went to White Castles, Reggie.
I was
which
thinking
is
that
the
the whole
hamburger,
time.
which is the hamburger
Man,
place.
I could pick up a dozen spirits at a White Castle.
That's the only castles we have.
Talking to me about my sandwich.
It's great. It's great having you ladies on. That's awesome.
Thank you.
This is really an awesome show.
Yeah,
that's for sure. They have both of you on. 2 different countries.
Yeah.
What else could you ask for? Plus, we have Reggie here, and he's really from, you know, out there. So, right, Reg? Andromeda, Starseed. You know, that's 3 different countries. Anthony, he is Texas.
Yeah.
So he has his own country.
Yeah.
The only 2 that are really losers are me and Angela, right, Angela?
Oh, gee.
Oh, come on. Ohio's the home of the Buckeyes. The Buckeyes.
I don't want to even go in. I've been to more investigations in Ohio that I thought were great ones than I have been to a lot of the other states around there, except for Pennsylvania and Gettysburg. Gettysburg is still my.
I've probably been to fewer locations than anybody that does podcasts. I've been to 2 cemeteries and the school, Broadhead. That's it. Everything else I do is right here from my desk.
That's perfect. That's good.
And so
he does such fantastic.
Why I was complaining about this hourly job I have. I want to go out. I want to go do something.
Oh my God!
You had the cemetery down in Texas. You did, or New Mexico.
Oh yeah, New Mexico. Yeah, last week.
There you go. There's another one.
Yeah.
So
It's a lot.
But if you no get the miners thing over there as well,
Got the what?
the miners.
The
the
miners.
miners, you mean in the miners that go down
Mm-hmm.
and go for gold in that? Yeah, there's a lot of that going on out there.
I can't wait until we move.
But a lot of them are condemned, so you can't really go too far inside
We're
them.
going to end up going into Texas here sometime soon and living there. And I'm going to Roswell and everywhere else you can think of.
And you've got that, and you'd have got that tombstone and all that, haven't you?
Yeah.
Tombstone. I can't wait
I
to
would
go.
love to, but I would love to do that as well. That tombstone,
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
To go to Tombstone.
You mean Tombstone, Arizona?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Aye.
Oh
I
wow.
was gonna do that week. I was in El Paso.
I'd love to do that.
I had to make like extra plans with them that I wasn't going to be in El Paso that long, so I couldn't do it. But that same weekend, there was some, I forget who it was now. There was somebody else there that was involved in the global ghost hunt. On the that weekend, there was a Paracon in Tombstone.
That's right. I watched that one. I watched them all actually.
And
Anthony
so-
had a very good one.
I watched Anthony's and all.
Which one?
Oh God knows you've done. I don't know when you've done it. What was that? No, the one with the when you
The
were
one
in
where the camera
the
went over.
forest or something.
Oh yeah, it's the one in the forest. Well, there's one in
Oh,
the
yeah.
well too. That one I
Forest
just did.
and but where else were you? You were somewhere else, were you know?
Yeah, the one I was at the well. That was a different
Mm-hmm.
location. Those, yeah, I don't even keep
And I
count.
see them. I've shared them all out. Everything's been shared out a lot.
Pretty
I
wild.
just keep pressing buttons and sharing.
By the way, Brian, I sent you a link as well, Brian, that you haven't seen yet. If you feel like you want to come in and say hi to everybody,
Brian,
that'd be great.
in and say hi.
Hi, Brian.
Brian, get your arse in.
Oh man,
Oh, I've not met Brian yet.
I got my hands up. I'm not involved in this part.
Oh, he's like, I get it. I got it. He probably give it to me now. He probably give it to me now. But Brian, get your arse in. He might not. I don't know.
Hey, maybe you can't get it.
is that all you have to say?
RGV,
I'd be like,
Paranormal Lockdown.
all the way.
That's my buddy Bert right there from down
Oh, is it
south.
really?
Yeah, from McAllen. RGV Paranormal Lockdown. What's up, Bert?
I just said, hey, Brian, get your arse in.
It's an awful bloody hand that's up there.
Be like Paranormal.
Oh, my phone.
Hey, Brian.
Uh-oh.
I done the miners' buildings as well. There was buildings and it's a miners that worked on in the quarry, and it was
Wow.
miners. I've done the miners' buildings, but we're still to do that tunnel, and this is the one I want to do: is the tunnel, the miners' tunnel.
Yes.
So
Oh my
hopefully get that done.
Liz, that would be amazing. That would be
Miners'
so.
tunnel and the Greyfriars, Bobby. I'm going to do that one as well. That's another one.
I've never done it. Have you done it? You've never done it? Done it? Great Friars?
I have been in Greyfriars. I
Hi.
was in there during the day.
What do you think of it?
Sorry.
What do you think of the Grey Friars?
Oh, I think it's brilliant.
Really? I've never been.
They've got a wee prison there,
Yeah.
but there's no roof on it. But I think they've shut up the prison because I think people were getting scratched or something. And
Aye.
they've got a Mackenzie's poltergeist or something there as well.
Yeah.
And the bit I had Mackenzie's poltergeist, and of course I had my camcorder at the time, and before I'd done the live, and I was right in with the camcorder to see if I could see it. I couldn't get in really far enough, you know.
They
no.
they're crazy. And so now they have that Greyfriars grave shut off now in the daytime, I think, for
Hey,
people.
Brian.
Hey,
Hey,
Brian.
Right.
Brian.
Hi,
hey,
Brian.
hey, Liz, how are you?
Okay.
Yeah, good. And I put it in the comments. Reginald was talking about a castle here in Canada. You were talking about Casa Loma.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Casa Loma is the one that's between Toronto and the States. It's a very nice
All
castle.
right.
We only have about 5 here in Canada.
That's
oh.
good.
So, yeah, so most of
Yeah,
them are
I
open still.
went into the CN Tower and all this.
Yeah, Casa Loma is a beautiful, beautiful area.
Yeah.
And there's actually, have you guys have ever heard of the restaurant, the Keg?
Uh,
The Keg.
No.
It's a very popular restaurant here in Canada. It's not too far away from Casa Loma, and it's very, very haunted. And it
oh,
looks
wow.
like a house from the early 1800s.
Mm.
It's like a mansion. And well, that's why they call it Keg
Oh,
Mansion.
man.
But I would love to get into that place. And apparently,
Man, I would
the
love to do a
bathroom,
mansion.
the bathroom, the men's bathroom and the women's bathroom are
Yeah.
are the parts where it's the most haunted. Go figure. The bathrooms. It's a
Nice.
little puzzling, but
Okay.
yeah. So a buddy of mine went in there. A buddy of mine was he had to go to the bathroom, and he thought somebody was beside him in the stall next to him because the door opened and it closed,
Oh,
Oh.
suckers. Okay.
and there was nobody there. So when he
Do you
came
know?
out and he started washing his hands, he was washing his hands at the sink. The door opened, and then the door slammed, and
Oh,
he left the bathroom pretty quickly after that. So yeah, it's very, very haunted. But no, we don't have many castles here. I was going to say the most we have here is people saying sorry all the time. That's the most what we have here. Not necessarily a lot of haunted places, just people saying sorry. So
Well, it's funny.
that
It's
went
funny.
that
It's
went
funny.
over everybody's head.
Sorry.
That went over everybody's head. Oh my god!
Well, Canadians supposed to be so nice and you'd have nice, polite ghosts.
Thank you, Angela. Thank you. She got it. She
There was
got it.
this famous haunted fort up there, right? Was the French and
Yeah.
Indian War, I believe.
Yeah,
And
Fort McMurray,
Henry.
not Fort. There's Fort Erie, but then there's Fort McMurray, which isn't too far away from me either. But yeah, but we have some. There's a jail that I go to. I've been like 3 or 4 times. It's about a 4.5 hour drive from me, but that's Burwash. I'm sure you guys have. I don't know if anybody's seen my Burwash videos, but Burwash jail's a great jail. Great jail. And we don't have we have Kingston jail, which is very famous. But unfortunately that got closed down for investigators because a medium went in there, and after they were done their investigation, I guess there was some kind of apparently this medium was very good, and she told a story of one of the inmates, and unfortunately the family never knew that, and it got out on YouTube about how this person died, and the family didn't know.
Oh, you're kidding me.
So they ended up shutting it down for investigators after that, and actually the jail was sued after that too.
That's not good.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but Kingston jail apparently is amazing place to investigate. We do have a jail. It's not too far from here. It's called the Don Mills Jail. They turned it into a museum. You can take the tour, but unfortunately, you can't do like an overnight investigation there.
what about Kingston Cross, where the victims of the Titanic are buried in Canada? I think it's called Kingston.
Now, I believe that's on the East Coast, is it not?
Yes, I believe so. And it was the majority of the victims of the Titanic were buried in Canada.
Yeah, that's the East Coast, and that's probably a 5-hour plane ride for me. So I would have to fly there, unfortunately. But we have some incredible places. I've been to some incredible places here in Canada, and I showed some clips last night to these guys of the streaming tunnel, which is amazing. We have the Blue Ghost Tunnel, which is on the top 10 list of the most haunted spots in Canada. And I told I think I told the story last night. I every time you walk into the Blue Ghost Tunnel, all you have to do is say hello, and it will say hello back. The tunnel will speak to you.
I watched it, say Brian. I've seen it. It was amazing.
Yeah, it's just an incredible place. But and I've investigated other places, but we don't have nearly as many haunted places here as they do in the States and Europe and stuff like that. So keeping in mind, we're not as old. Our country's not as old. So
you've been to the UK, right? I know.
Yeah, I was in the UK last year, and that was a lot of fun. Right. I will never forget UK. That was an amazing experience. Yeah. I think eventually I will get to Ireland. The plan is for me to go to UK again, but we're going to do me and Lex are going to do 1 week in England, and then we're going to do 1 week in Scotland, and then we're going to do 1 week in Ireland.
Great places.
So that is the plan. So hopefully we'll do that. I was planning on doing it this year, but that's not going to happen. Probably going to end up doing it next year. So
UK, you'll need to let me know when you come to Scotland.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, definitely. Well, one of the main reasons is because we're going to go out and see Jen here, and she told us she was going to take us to Lemp Castle.
Yeah, well, listen, Lemp Castle is my second home.
I know it is. And I want to do a live. I want to do a live so we can make Matt really, really, really super jealous.
I have a question for you on Lemp Castle. Is it Leap Castle, correct? Yeah, I remember about Leap Castle. This has a pretty extensive history. I think it has it does have an oubliette, correct?
Yeah, it has an oubliette and the Bloody Chapel. Yeah.
And what I wanted to ask you, if when you do Leap Castle, I would like to do a remote viewing at the same time you're doing it live, so I could be like not physically there, but like and psychically there.
Yes, I do believe in remote viewing. So yes, that would be very welcome if you wanted to do it when we go back to Lemp Castle this year. I would love for you to do a remote viewing.
I've done that as well. I did that. When did I do that? I did that about 2 years ago. I did. There's a town here. It's about 45 minutes from me. It's called Grimsby, Ontario. It was the center part of the War of 1812. Over 10,000 people died in this town, and the whole main street. I tell you, every single store on the main street is haunted. They have something going on in the store. I've done 5 stores on that street, and they're all haunted. And one store we actually had 2 mediums with us virtually, and we had them on 2 separate phones. And they both agreed that there were 8 spirits in there, but there was one spirit that was holding the other 7 spirits from not going anywhere. So we were able to cross them over, 7 of them, brilliant. But one of them wouldn't leave. He wouldn't go anywhere. He was the mean one. And this was just a retail store. It's a clothing store, for God's sakes. The last thing you would think of is you'd walk into a retail store and it's haunted. Like it was just on my GoPro, I actually captured a shadow figure going along the wall, full body. It was, he was a very, very large man, and you could see the head, you could see his body. I've never actually released that video, in fact, and I got him on the GoPro.
What I'd like to do is go ahead and do
Angela. I'd like to get back to you for a second. When I do Lemp Castle, that we're going to do a remote viewing. So when I go back to Lemp Castle later on this year, that I'd like to get in contact with you so you could do a remote viewing from the Bloody Chapel. You were talking about the oubliette, which is in the Bloody Chapel. So yes, it is interesting, but I would like your, as many people that want to do the oubliette or Bloody Chapel with when we go there. I would like your intake on it too.
Thank you. I would like to do a portrait of the spirits that I pick up there, because I paint portraits of
Love
spirits
that.
that I see. So if we
Yeah.
do a remote viewing there at Lep Castle, and particularly the oubliette, my understanding there were remains found there as
Yeah.
the portraits of the spirits that I pick up there,
Okay.
and do that, and then show people the actual spirits that I'm seeing there, and
That would
share
be
those.
that would be great if you could. Yeah, that would be dead.
So
Spot
what is the actual proper name of the place? Because I'm calling it Lemp Castle. What is the actual proper
Lep
name of
Castle.
it?
I call it Lep Castle. Lep.
Lep.
Like Lep
So is
Castle.
it actually spelt Leap?
It's spelled Leap, but it's pronounced Lep Castle.
Lep. Okay.
Lep
Because
Castle.
I don't want to pronounce it wrong.
Well, it's okay. It looks like Leap, but it's Lep Castle.
Okay. Lep Castle. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lep Castle.
Isn't Lemp Castle in the one in Missouri?
There is the Limp Mansion in Missouri,
Yeah.
but there's not the Lep. There is it, but it's pronounced L. It's spelled Limp, like you're limping, like you got a bum
God.
leg.
Oh,
You're limping.
this
That's
one,
called-
that other one's LEMP.
yes, right.
But
Yeah,
That was the brewery, and that's where the brothers or
Yeah.
the sons shot themselves, and the father did too.
right. It was like that whole family suicide.
You know, yeah.
But
Well,
maybe-
the castle that I'd done just recently there, well, we couldn't get into it, but we were very near to it anyway, was a medieval castle in Pollock in Scotland. But as I say, I've been in there. I just stayed just not that far away from it one time when I was younger, and I've been in a couple of times, and it's quite good inside, right, But I think it's all changed now from when I was young. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was a medieval castle, and it was I think Mary Queen of Scots had been through it and just stayed a couple of nights,
Aye.
But no, it was quite good. I just was a bit disappointed that I couldn't get in. But then we seen the security guy, and we spoke to him. Well, my nephew's wife spoke to him, and he says I could have booked it, and I didn't know, But then I was only in Glasgow for about a couple of days anyway, because I had to go through for a reason. But I did. It was there. But
Yeah. So
There you go.
this is Casa Loma.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that's the one
That's
I went into.
amazing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's an incredible location.
Wow.
Very, very impressive.
That's bloody huge.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Let me just see if there's other pictures of this.
That's amazing.
I don't know, like this is amazing inside here.
Wow. Is that a
Library.
library?
Yeah, library.
Let's see
Yeah.
if it comes up.
Oh man, yeah, I remember
Oh
that.
my gosh.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
look at
been
this.
About 30 years ago when I went in there. About 30 years ago.
There's got a lot of history in these castles, right?
It's a huge tourist spot,
That's beautiful.
and it's right downtown Toronto.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
but it's just an incredible. I've been by it. I haven't actually been inside it, but it's an incredible place. But there's also another spot. Let me see if I can find it. Let me just bring this down. There's another spot that I want to show you that apparently is very haunted too, and it's actually a university.
Oh.
That
Okay.
used to be a mansion.
Wow.
And the story is this guy married this woman and held her hostage in a room, and she wasn't allowed to leave, and she ended up being killed. But she's the one that supposedly roams all the hallways in the university at nighttime. So, and people have actually seen her, like physical whole body apparition.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah. So, and they've actually captured it on film. Apparently, I mean, let me just see if I can find it. But it's I believe it's the University of Toronto.
Hey, Brian, don't you think me and Angela look good?
Don't you think what? Do I
Me
think
and
what?
Angela look good? Look at that.
What do you mean you and Angela look
Yeah.
good?
We're both sporting the same look.
Yeah, well, I can't see her eyes because she's looking down. There you go.
We're not looking down. It's just we styling.
How can you,
You guys
draw?
are-
How can you draw your 6-gun, Angela, if you can't see?
You are styling. You guys are definitely for sure.
I met my soulmate.
That's it.
Be careful, Angela. He's a stalker.
Actually, I was already looking up her
Oh.
Facebook.
Ohio's a long way to stop from Texas, you know.
Yeah. No, I was just on her Facebook.
I
another.
see. I told you. I told you.
You got another gentleman in here from Manchester, England. Virgil Kane.
Wow, we love Manchester, England.
Hi, Virgil.
Virgil Kane.
And we have a famous American police officer or peace officer named Virgil. Was brother of Wyatt Earp. So Virgil and Wyatt Earp and Bat Masterson and Doc Holliday. Strong 6-gun.
You got that right. I had a different gun.
I've seen full apparitions, Brian. Quite a few of them.
Here you go. I found
At
it.
each different location that I was in.
Yeah, yeah. This
I
one
mean, there
is
was
apparently
even
haunted.
when you were talking about somebody washing their hands in the toilet, you know. Well, I went in, and as you do, wash your face and all that, and then I just felt something behind me, and it was a man behind me. It was a man, full apparition.
Wow.
But we've got miners and farmers here, so it's probably one of them.
I paint portraits of the full body apparitions
Here it is.
I have seen.
This is it here.
Okay.
Yeah. This is
beautiful.
apparently
What's this now?
this is University of Toronto.
Oh, that looks lovely.
It's obviously it's still a university, but apparently
Wow.
this place is extremely haunted with this woman. And from what I understand, this woman is not a very nice person. She's very angry, very mean, for obvious reasons. So, but yeah, that place is incredible.
I would still stay in that place. Even if she was mean, I would still stay in that place.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, I would welcome her with open arms.
I'd be like, "You're mean. I'm mean too." So it's okay.
She's met her. She's met her match, and Jenny's walking down that hallway. That's for sure.
Today's not the day, and I'm not the one.
She probably hasn't had a couple beers in the day or two.
When you communicate with her, you just got to be understanding to her situation, and she'll talk to you.
I'm sure maybe you would. You see, when people say that this woman is angry in this building, you got to find out sometimes, as we know what we do. Why are you angry? What made you angry?
Right.
Has anybody
What was the reason?
why are you angry? Has anybody ever? She's a mad woman. She's a mean woman. Has anybody ever asked her, "Why are you mad?
Right.
Why are you mean? Who pissed you off?"
Be
And
understanding.
that, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's true.
because people don't ask us why we're mean and mad and moody. We're just moody.
I'm not asking anything.
Let's
My hands are up, Jen.
Why
No,
is-
that's
All
true.
you
I'm
gotta
out of
do
this.
is be understanding with them and love them for who they are and why they're upset.
Thank you, Roger.
Anybody,
Mm-hmm.
exactly, Reg. And if anyone to say, why are you mad? Why are you moody? What upset you? What hurt you? Why? How did you pass? Did you pass?
Yeah.
Well,
I like your answer.
I'm only
Linda.
guessing here. But she was locked in a bedroom and she wasn't allowed out. She wasn't allowed to see anybody. And then she got killed. I think I'd be pretty pissed too.
Well, then we get her point.
That's sad.
And so women, we will go with her. That's why we would love to go to this place, say, we got you, woman, we got you. We
Yeah.
understand now, but it's just that when people say, women are angry and moody in the past life, why are you angry? Why are you moody?
You know what? I'm Switzerland, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'm Switzerland.
totally.
I stay
Anthony's
neutral.
staying out of
know?
it too, Brian.
Yeah. Well, no, Anthony's a. You know what I call Anthony? The quiet stalker.
But he had his purpose right there. That's for sure. Hey, Jeff.
I'm gathering information.
Yes,
You're-
Anthony. We know, buddy. We know what you're doing. When Anthony goes through that quiet moments, we know what he's doing.
I like to see what he's got over the back there. That's for sure.
He's got 15 screens in front of him, and it's got everybody's profile on there, and he's reading and catching up. We love Anthony. We love Anthony, and there's nothing wrong with being a quiet stalker.
See, I'm on stalking on one, stalking on the other one.
See, what did I tell you?
Too much reflection.
Angela's stalking all the men in the room.
I was trying to show you something, but I can't now.
Oh no, sure, Angela. Now all of a sudden you can't.
I have to go get the actual painting if I want to show
Ah,
it.
yeah.
As the host of the show, I apologize for being so quiet, but I'm so amazed at how amazing all of you people that are in here are, and I just can't stop. I'm like watching my own podcast, like I'm just watching a podcast, and I love it.
You know what am I, Reggie? Chopped beef or what? Chopped liver or what?
Greg, didn't he say that last night when we were on?
Yeah, he was.
I think he's trying to master the art of sucking up.
Well, he is to a certain extent, but he's.
I think all souls are amazing.
There you go.
He asked me to be on this show with him, and then he throws me under the bus. I'm the host. I'm the host of the show.
You know what? I think what it comes down to is the fact that, and I think Matt says it. Matt says it a lot. It's people like that are in this room right now that are changing the paranormal community and making it better, because we have so many people in the community that are trying to destroy it and make it about themselves. And it's all people in this room right here are on the same level as the rest of us are. Like, I'm on the same level with you guys and trying to make things better, and having a bunch of people in the room right now like this, all on the same page and talking and laughing and sharing stories and sharing pictures. That's what it's supposed to be about. In the last week or so, I can't tell you how many postings I've seen about people yelling at somebody else. And it's to me, it's just ridiculous. And I'm past it. Like, not a lot of people know this, except for the people on the admin staff of the Global Ghost Hunt. In the last year since I've started this, I don't think you guys realize how much hate I've gotten.
Yeah.
Because I started this.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, but as I go along, my skin is getting thicker and thicker and thicker, and you just have to say, you know what, whatever. Thank you. Have a nice day. And if you're going to be, if you feel it necessary to put me down because you're upset about something, then that's on you. It's on you. And if you can't talk to me like an adult and try to straighten it out, I'm not going to waste my time anymore. You know what I mean? And there's too many people out there that are broadcasting their drama. And it's just getting to a point right now where when does it end? When does it end? And it's things like this that we're doing right now that is going to help it end, because eventually those people that cause that crap eventually disappear.
Yeah, and it will happen.
So
that it will happen. Yeah.
There's not enough fodder in the bottom of the sea for them to survive.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it is about love. I mean, like this, Carol said early in the comments, it is. because and I'm doing work. I mean, I'm as some psychic medium, and died and came back. I mean, as somebody who has passed away, been on the other side and come back, it is about love. It's not about our arguments, our differences, anything else.
No, life's
About
too
love
short.
that
No.
exists. And here's this. Oh, I mean, I'm sitting here sharing paintings I've done, but even this one that the apparition I just pulled up, just did a painting on one of the
Yeah.
apparitions here.
Yeah.
This is the first one I saw when I outside of my home when I was a child, and this was all about love because I can tell you that because when I saw him, let me tell you this.
He's a good-looking guy.
When I saw him, we were walking the cemetery. We were about to embark on a nice daily walk in the cemetery, and it was springtime, and we got news over the radio the tornado was coming. This was back in the 80s, so there wasn't any internet or anything like that. We got in the car, started to take off, and I saw an open casket in somebody's yard, not in the cemetery, somebody's yard, with that fully, halfway open. I could see every detail of this man, and I just had a feeling of this other world that had come through and was able to manifest itself because of the energy and the force that was being pushed from the tornado. The tornado was heading right towards us. And I felt him say to me, I'm only appearing to you this way as a warning to you to make sure you take this warning seriously and go home. Remember, so I was only like 6 years old, and I didn't know what was going on, and got home, and then after the tornado went right over our house, by the way. It didn't do any damage. It just it bounced and went up into the clouds and just passed us. And then after that, I checked out and I went by the yard again. No sign of this casket, no sign of disturbance of the yard. I even called around to the different funeral homes. There'd been no funerals for the past 3 months, and there'd been no exhumations or moving of bodies for that time. I did the research myself. It's like my first paranormal investigation because I was so obsessed. Like,
could you show that painting again? And Reginald, can you enlarge her so we can see it better? Or if somebody can enlarge her, make her so we can see it, so I can see it better.
Yeah.
But while you're doing that, I gotta jump off. So it was good being on here and seeing y'all.
See
Anthony,
you later, Anthony.
Bye, Anthony.
horns, Anthony.
I have been summoned by my mentor Howard.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Say hello to Howard.
Yeah, no, I got that.
There you go.
Oh,
said Howard said hi.
Ooh.
Wow.
we'll see you later, Anthony.
All right.
Anthony
See
said
you, buddy.
hi.
I have a feeling that he was my great grandfather.
Wow.
Because if you notice, the clothing he's wearing is from like the late 60s, early 70s. And that's the time frame he passed away in.
He
And
looks a lot better there than he did far away.
Yeah, that's incredible.
thank you. That's
Wow.
exactly the way I saw him, and I saw every detail. And you would think somebody laying down in a casket or coffin,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
lid half open, you only see their feet or the bottom of the casket, right, facing you.
Right.
Well, I saw every detail. So we're driving the car going by. That went by. You would think I would miss all this detail. Or
He looks
overlook it.
Yeah.
he looks from what I'm getting, he looks very peaceful.
Content.
Yes.
Very
Very
peaceful.
content.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's
Yeah.
what you got from seeing in your mind. That's what you got.
No, I actually saw him. I physically saw this person. Saw this apparition as if he was a real person. I thought an actual body was left out during a tornado with the casket left open
Amazing.
because the tornado was coming and the lid of the casket was open and
Yeah.
Mhm.
and facing the tornado. And I thought, oh my God, why would you, if you were burying a loved one, why would you leave it in somebody's yard? And why would you leave the casket open, exposed to the elements, particularly when the tornado is coming? But that's how solid this apparition was.
Wow.
Wow.
But yeah,
Wow.
so he's
Amazing.
that was my first apparition
Amazing.
I saw outside of the house. There's
Mhm.
more. There's more I can show you from when I was inside because I grew up in a very haunted house, and after I died and came back, that's when I started seeing spirits because that whole because I was sent back. Like literally, the coroner was called to come get me, to come get my body. So I was sent back. I was not resuscitated. I was sent back. And I remember my whole experience, my whole journey, and then coming back. When I came back, something had happened. I knew my frequency had somehow changed, and now I could see spirits. Like I was tuned into the other world, and I could see everything, starting when I was very young. That's kind of how that started. If you want me to go into tell a little bit and my experience, I absolutely would be glad to go into what happened to me. If you want to listen or hear what happened to
Yeah,
me,
sure. I do.
Mhm.
I do. I don't know about anybody else, but I
Yeah, I
do.
do. I definitely do.
Yeah.
okay. So when I was 5 years old, and I had mistaken aspirin for candy. I had opened
Oh.
the entire bottle. I had consumed every aspirin in that bottle, thinking it was like Pez candy. So I overdosed on aspirin. And when you do that, it thins your blood to the point that you can actually bleed to death through your stomach. And this is what happened to me. So I started vomiting blood. And I was rushed to the emergency room. And this was in East Liverpool, Ohio. They had a pediatric emergency unit in the basement of the hospital at that time. And they kept bringing me container after container to the little room we're in. We're filling up with containers because I kept vomiting blood. The doctor told the nurse that I needed blood to survive. I'll need a transfusion. And she left. She came back, reported back to the doctor there was no blood. There's nothing that they could do. And so the doctor ended up telling my parents there's absolutely nothing we can do for her. She's going to die, and she'll be the youngest child to die in our ER. Those were exact words. And I went into shock. I had extreme heat, followed by extreme cold, heat, cold, because this is going to shock from blood loss. Eventually, at some point, I felt extreme cold where I could not get warm. He laid me on the table, and the doctor covered me with a blanket completely, including my head. Now, I didn't understand why he had did that, and I kept wanting to pull the blanket down. And he kept putting it back up, but he put the blanket back up, and I realized I couldn't move anymore. And I had the experience of traveling through a tunnel, but it was like a tunnel of cobwebs. I'm seeing like this gray mist. It's sort of like cobwebs. And then when that ended, I could see through the blanket, and I could see a sunbeam shining through the ceiling of the hospital. Now, my first thought is sun doesn't shine through ceilings, so how is this even possible? And how is it possible I'm seeing through the blanket? I saw my rational thought, and I actually went up through the sunbeam as I was thinking that. Like I was instantly in the sunbeam, and I was floating up through the sunbeam. So as I was floating up through the sunbeam, I could see all the other rooms in the hospital, all the other floors. I was going up, 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 and up. And then I see the roof of the hospital beneath my feet. And I see that I'm heading towards a very bright light. And I thought to myself, what is this light? Am I heading towards the sun? So then I turn my head and I look at the sun. The sun is actually dim and small compared to the light I'm going to. Like, what is this light? I have no idea. And I got closer and closer in light and got into the light. And when I got into the light, I had contact with this amazing intelligence that I can't describe to you, a superior intelligence, and then recognized as a source of all love, of all light, of all order, everything that's good. And in that light, spoke to me and said, your body is made out of small structures called cells. I'm repairing every single one of those, and I'm sending you right back. So while I was in that light for a while, and this was happening, I was just floating there, and then I was sent back. I actually went back the actual reverse the way I came. So I went down the sunbeam, down through the roof of the hospital, all the floors, and then I saw my body laying on the table. And this jarred me like, what's going on? What is this? I was shocked to see my own body on the table. And I end up trying to line myself up in the same position I was on the table. And then I heard that voice from the light that said, get up, get up, get up. And on the third time I heard get up, I actually leaped off the table. Everybody looked absolutely shocked, and I had no idea why. And the doctor asked my mother, after he had just told her that the coroner was coming to get me, to come pick up my body, could he re examine me? And she said yes. So they re examined me. The doctor said that not only I was fully recovered, but I was actually in better health than the average child my age. And I had been dead, completely dead. No pulse, no means to keep me going, no blood, nothing in my body to keep me alive for 30 minutes. And actually came back healthier alive than before I died.
So,
Wow.
can I ask you a question, Angela? If you were given a choice to stay on Earth or stay where you were, which would you have chosen?
I would have chosen to stay where I was in the light, because I noticed as soon as I got there, I felt warm again. I wasn't feeling any cold. I wasn't feeling any excessive heat, and I felt such incredible joy and love. I felt love there. I never felt so much love in my life.
So, if people are given a choice and they say that they're given a choice when they pass away, you stay on Earth, you have a choice to be an Earth angel, move on, or just wait
I
until you.
was not given a choice, and I was revealed. It was revealed to me that I wasn't allowed a choice because I had a soul contract, which is a whole
Okay.
other story. It has to involves a past life, where I was not allowed to die until I finished my mission, because in my past life I did not finish my mission because I died before.
What is your mission? What is your mission?
And my mission here is it's multifaceted. For one thing, to make people more aware and get into with their spiritual side and make that contact with spirit, realize their own connection with spirit and that connection with the source that I had gone to, right? And realize that, understand that love and be a part of that.
Okay.
But and also to do what I'm doing now, what I'm doing now is, as an artist, as a psychic artist, it helps make that connection more palpable to people. They have proof in front of them. They have a portrait of their deceased relative that I've never seen before, or they have the actual image of the message from the spirit realm. Wants to see that it validates.
You will have people who have a fear of death, and who will say that your experience is yours, and maybe you are having a out of body experience, or a moment, or under anesthesia, or whatever, anesthetic, and so on. So you came back to teach people like that don't know about what happened to you, and we are listening. And you have never had such a quiet podcast people here ever, because we always jump in and ask questions. You've had the quietest podcast hosts here ever. It's amazing.
That's right.
I am so
You're right, 100%.
Literally.
so amazed.
So, for people who are afraid of death and just don't get that side of, like, you can tell us, and you can hear a pin drop between all of us, and we like to talk. You can hear a pin drop.
Well, we were listening to her story. That's why.
You can hear it. We like to still talk, Brian.
Yeah, I know.
I usually get shy and wait and listen to everyone else.
Yeah, it's just it's fascinating what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think the reason why you're quiet, I think because we can resonate. Some of us can resonate to what you're talking about. Sometimes, at some point, in some point of our lives, that we can resonate in what you're talking about. Like some have, like, say for example, I had a friend who passed away, and I'm asking for signs, or I'm asking her to come through to me as a paranormal investigator, researcher, whatever. I got something coming through, and I'm like, no, that's not happened. You didn't just say that. And that was my friend, and that gave me validation. So what you're telling me is validation too. So each of us on the panels might have something that had the same thing, and anybody else is watching and listening.
With me, I'm not afraid of dying. I'm afraid how I'm going to die.
Absolutely.
I don't think
that is the big. I'm not afraid of dying at all. I'm not. It's just my thing is, how am I going to die? That's the thing. Am I going to die in my sleep? Am I going to die in a car accident? Am I going to die by falling off a mountain? Am I going to die by a demonic spirit? Like, mine is like how I'm going to die. And I think I think most people are like that. I don't think,
Yeah,
I don't think people are afraid to die. It's how they're going to die. I think they're afraid of.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
My
agree.
my, my outlook on death on my end is I'm not going. You're not taking me.
Yeah,
I've got something to do here. I'm not going.
yeah, yeah. Me
I
too.
plan
Yeah,
on.
but we're all eventually going to
And
die.
I
It's
think
just
when
how
I
we're going to die.
I'm going to be Guinness Book of World Records oldest human that ever lived.
I like to
Wait
make
a minute, wasn't there just a woman like 6 months ago passed away? She was 119 years old.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I think she was
I'm
119.
shooting for
119.
Yeah.
140.
What's that?
I'm shooting for 140.
Good luck with that. Good
Oh
luck with
no,
that.
no.
You know what? I'll be honest, I don't think I would want to live that long.
My knees are not getting past my 40s. I
Well,
am screwed. My
if I
knees
feel
are
like
bad.
if I
Not
feel like
happening.
my work here is done, I might.
We'll help you out, Jenny.
One thing I can tell you though, I remember my past lives extremely vividly, and and I don't think you have to worry about how you die so much. Simply because I usually stepped out of my body before I knew death was approaching. So my soul did not experience the suffering. The last time I did experience it was just my immediate prior life, and it can explain why I was not allowed to die in this life until I finished my mission, because in my prior life,
Yeah.
immediately before that, about the time when I was 20, 21, 22, I'd have fully recalled that past life without regression or anything like that. I remember my past lives. There's a special memory I have. It's called H maps. It's very rare. It's a photographic it's a
Mm.
high superior autobiographical memory, which means I
Wow.
have a photographic memory of all of my autobiographical experiences. Oh, trying to get that in without getting too tongue tied. So about the time that I had died in my past life, I remembered everything, and it was in a series of dreams. It started within the weeks prior to the anniversary, leading up to the anniversary of the Second World War, and ended the last dream on the anniversary of the end of the Second World War. So in this memories, I was a man who was born in April 24th. In fact, I went to somebody who actually found my record. I was born April 24th, 1922, and I was raised by my grandfather, who was German speaking. He only spoke German. So I was bilingual. I could speak both English and German. And when the outbreak, when I got married, and I didn't know my dad, I wish my dad had been there, but at the outbreak of the Second World War, because I was bilingual and was fluent in German, I went straight into the OSS, right, the Office of Strategic Services, which is something, it was the precursor to the CIA. And I was sent to Germany, and I infiltrated the German army. And I actually is horrified because I was told that I was not going to survive. The very first thing I had to do was to get somebody to defect, and I actually went to this bar in Germany, and this bar just has a few tables, and then it has this giant bar, and I think they call that a gas house. I walked in, I walked up to the highest ranking officer and said, "Can we speak alone?" He spoke alone. I helped the defect, and together we liberated camps. But I was told on the first camp I lived, I would not survive because the SS would come in and shoot all the prisoners before they knew a camp was going to be liberated, and of course I'd be killed. But I was very aggressive, and so what would happen is that my counterpart, my German counterpart, Klaus, he would be with the officers up front. He would shoot the officers with a pistol at close range, and the shooting would start. I'm in the back with an MP40. I'm guarding prisoners, and I actually put myself between the prisoners and the SS. So I would be right out front, and I would start shooting as soon as before the SS would even get there. So I was able to survive. And then on the fourth camp, and this is the reason why I'm not allowed to die, because the fourth attempt, I actually did die. So Klaus, what happened was that they go into a whole lot of detail. There was a pregnant woman there, one of the prisoners, and I told her that, that man over there is going to take care of you. And I pointed to Klaus, and Klaus in the meantime was beating a prisoner, because I knew that the the SS probably found him out or found out that he was a defector and I was OSS. And he was trying to prove himself to be a loyal German. He was beating a prisoner. And I was watching all this, and I said, I'm not going to see my wife again, and I'm probably going to die for you today, but you make sure to take care of that baby, and you make sure that baby lives. And
That's very, very detailed.
Yes, it was very,
very detailed.
And I was speaking German. In fact, I would wake up speaking German. And because when the OSS came in, since they figured, well, not with the OSS, but the SS came in, they must have been told that I was OSS and to shoot the one German army officers that you see. So I was shot. I was basically shot through basically the middle, like almost like bisected. And then I had some rounds go into my chest. Well, from that day forward, well, actually, let me tell you that at that time I was shot, the shooting was over. Klaus, tried to convince the prisoners, I'm really a good guy, and he's leading them out. And I kept calling Klaus's name. I kept asking, help me get up. I know I'm shot, but I thought that I would be treated. And I thought, like, I'm in my 20s. I thought, heck, I would walk this off or something, go to the next camp. But Klaus comes over to me and it says, no, you need to lay down. So I laid down and we're holding hands. And at that point, I realized I was dying. I wasn't going to make it. So I begged him to send a letter to my wife. And I gave him my wife's name and her address. And I remember the city was Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. And I passed. After I passed, and I was standing before the light again, and I was told by the light that I was that I'm not just brave, but I was the first man to survive a zero survivability mission without divine intervention and do it 3 times in a row. So that when I was sent back, which this time I would not be allowed to, because I died before I could finish my mission. I wanted to finish that mission. I wanted to get home to my wife. I wanted the war to end. I wanted just to be over with, and I wanted to be friends with my counterpart, Klaus, and keep that friendship going. But everything that was taken from me when I passed, right? Never get to see my wife again. No, got separated from Klaus. And basically dying cut my mission off. And this time around, I'm not allowed to die until my mission is finished. And, and not only do I help, and now that's a spiritual mission where I'm helping people realize the spiritual connection that they have with this light, but also I help souls cross over. I can actually open heaven and cross people over and not only tell you where they're going, go and see where they're going, what heaven presents to them as they're crossing over. And so there's so much I've been given. I'm so appreciative of this.
Angela, can I ask you a question? When you have been attacked before, would you have any, when we come back and we're reborn and so on, we always have marks on our bodies that they say that we were last killed. Would you have any birthmarks or marks in your body that you didn't have, that you do have when you were born?
I don't have marks. What I do experience is pain. I experience pain in every spot that I've been shot. And I started talking to doctors about it, and they could find no explanation as to why I feel so much pain. And they would all say, describe the pain. I said, well, it's feel like I've been shot. And I point to all the places was feeling the pain. And then I realized, oh my gosh, this is all the places I've been shot.
You see in the field that we're in, that we would want to have that mark of a body part where you have been shot or killed, and we would say, oh my God, yes. But then there's also that medical part where there's no physical appearances there, that we can't prove that happened. Only you can experience that. But as a paranormal researcher and investigator and so on, and a medical doctor and XYZ, only you can say that from your experience and your past life. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Right.
That we understand you, we get you, we understand it. We would want from what we do evidence, if that makes sense. If that's respectful enough to say that.
There's evidence because when this happened when I was 20, and I haven't started talking about this again for till recently, so it's been more than almost 30 years now. I was silent about this, but I went to a veteran on the anniversary because we were at college at the time. We had World War II veterans, and I was talking to a veteran about this. I shared all the memories I've had. Now remember, I've never been to Germany. I wasn't even aware of something called the OSS. He was able to independently verify that I was in the OSS, and he was able to tell me what train route I was on, what part of Germany I was in, and we found my military record. So I know my military record, I know my birth date, I know my serial number, and if you look up my military record, it says my place of birth was Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
And that's exactly what I remember. So it coincides. And the other thing I would like to, because I'm learning German, getting reacquainted with German again. But when I would start talking about this, sometimes I would just drift off into speaking German. And I had no idea that I was speaking German.
Bill.
So
I've heard of that. I have heard of these things, right enough. I have heard of these things quite a lot.
Yeah, but
I don't know if you call it the afterlife or something, but I'm not sure. But I have heard of that.
I apologize for interrupting. This show is absolutely amazing. And again, I'm not sucking up, Brian.
I know you're not. I was just kidding. Jesus.
We have Howard Petrie's come on the same network that I'm on.
Right.
And
Yeah.
we're overlapping them, and I'm on the same StreamYard as Chris Carr and Kristen Johnson's Dark Horse Paranormal. And so I got to bump off of StreamYard in order to let them start.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
that's okay.
And just for future reference, with Parapost, you can stream at the same time they are. Just to let you know for future reference.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. It's actually the same StreamYard account that we're doing it from, and I don't think you can do two on at the same time.
No, you can't do that. I was just saying if you were doing it if Howard was on and you were on and it's on Parapost at the same time, that's okay.
Okay.
Just for future reference. You don't have to get bumped off just because somebody else is on. We on Parapost Network Center, we like people to have choices when they go to the page. And if there's 2 or 3 podcasts going on at the same time, that's okay.
TV panel. You can just switch whatever you want to look at.
Take this
to all the wonderful ladies that are here, Liz, Jen, Angela, and then the guys, Brian and Reggie. Thank you for everybody being here tonight. And we'll try to make a reunion of this. It was so good.
Yeah, it was nice feeling. It was nice. It was nice being on the same panel with Liz for the first time.
Yes, very nice.
More than welcome to come back Tuesday night at 7 with me if you want. I'm on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7:00 Central USA on Tuesday, and I'd be happy to send out the links again. I'll do it.
Yeah, that's great. It's great. Yeah. It's great. It's fun just talking about anything and everything.
Yeah.
Guy, I love everybody here. I love you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
You guys all have a wonderful evening, and turn into Dark Horse Paranormal for Dark Horse for Bigfoot and the Bunny tonight, I guess.
There you go.
And that's on next.
Yeah,
so everybody
thanks, everyone.
tune into that. You'll see.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Love you guys.